What's going on? It's Tuesday. You're here with the 100% Tuesday podcast. I am your resident blonde Asian.
And I am Code Red. Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Yes. So we did a little bit of a oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, last week that episode was kind of heavy, so we decided to take time off, like between, editing and then watching it over and over again. It just got kind of heavy.
Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah.
And I don't think either. It's not that we weren't expecting it. We didn't think about it.
Right. Well, we didn't.
know?
I think we didn't really. I mean, I think that just kind of goes to just how little we actually do plan, right? I mean, we have an idea. We know
Yeah.
what the topic's going to be. So I think, we couldn't plan for anything because we didn't plan anything and it just happened. So
Yeah.
then how we reacted to how, I think that plays a role.
It didn't help, but we have a loose idea
Oh,
of
absolutely.
what we're doing. And did I have a plan B if what you shared with us
Yeah.
wasn't gonna work? No,
I know.
I didn't.
I know.
I
Yeah.
honestly didn't, but I also felt like you were ready
Oh, absolutely.
in a way to share on a greater, more accessible level. How do
Right.
you feel about it? Like the reception and everything like that.
I mean, first of all, I think for me, I guess I just really wanted to say too that thank you, right?
Oh.
Honestly, because I mentioned I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, when I say Tuesday saved my life, I mean for real, right? It was a huge part of my healing and I don't want to say recovery, but just getting to a better place and finding myself. And you are a big part of that. And because of our relationship and how Tuesday has just kind of formed this bond between us, I was at a place where it was easy to talk about. I felt very safe to open up and be vulnerable, and I wasn't thinking about what I was talking about as I was talking. It just kind of whatever I said, and I wasn't too much second guessing myself or thinking too much about what I was trying to say. And I think that just goes to show that, I felt safe, and you're a huge part of that. So, that, I mean, that's a big deal to me on that.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
But
Thank
at
you.
the same time, I don't know. I'm just I guess I'm kind of just good in those situations. I was not going to allow you to do something that you were not ready to do.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I also don't feel like I was treating you like you have chicken pox and I have to handle you with mittens because I don't
Right.
want to make you itch kind of thing.
Right.
So,
Right. But no, I mean, I feel good about it. I've received quite a bit of positive feedback, whether it's friends that mutual friends of ours, or, people that I know in my, my personal life, from my past, from, currently, that haven't known for too long. I have had people, share some of their own experiences. And I honestly don't know that would have happened if they didn't listen to the podcast. It's just one of the things I stressed this morning in a conversation that I had was, I think it's one of those conversations that just isn't had, whether it's because you've experienced it or haven't experienced. I think that it has almost become a taboo conversation, which is odd to me, right? So I think the fact that me sharing my experience and what I went through then and things that I've done since then to get to where I'm at today, I think that it's just allowed them to open up and say, hey, yeah, so that reminded me of this time. And and I'm like, well, maybe people wouldn't feel so awkward talking about things, or feel so, scared to report things, or scared to bring it up if it wasn't treated so taboo, essentially.
right. I
Almost.
feel like from what I hear, it's normally you always hear secondhand accounts.
Right.
It's always hearsay. And I think not that you're at the start of the movement, but I feel like the movement was slowly getting, like, the big boulder was getting wedged to go,
Yeah.
and it's still slowly being wedged.
Right.
So you're like at you're at the point where it's like, if there's the bell curve, like you're kind of like in the middle of the early adopters.
Right.
Right. And you sharing your story. I mean, we got more subscribers, which
Yeah.
I think it goes to show, like, yeah, we really just kind of say what we're thinking. Like,
Right.
you know, like, I'm not going to tell you where I live. That'd just be crazy. Why would I do that?
Silly.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be silly.
But, you know, just putting the story out there is going to help a lot of people. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we did that.
Me too. I feel really good about it, and I think it's just gonna open up more things for more people, and hopefully continue to be positive for people and for myself, and so.
Yeah. So yeah, housekeeping. The Skip It is not made by Hasbro. That was just
Not.
probably something that was on the front of our mind because they are a large toy company, but it was actually produced by Tiger Electronics, and we have no idea if they're still around. I think they're defunct.
I don't know, and see, Tiger is, but Skip It's not electronic, right? It's like
Maybe there are like electric components in it
There might-
generated by
okay.
the whirling of fun.
does the Skip It require
No
batteries?
No, it
No,
does
right?
not.
So that just it's crazy to me that an electronic company.
Well, it could be one of those
Wow.
things if it's a Japanese company, which I have a feeling I'm going to look into now. If it's a Japanese company, they could have truly started out as electronics,
Okay.
made electronic toys, and then said, hey, let's try this
Let's
Skip
try
It.
this. Such a cool toy.
Yeah.
Like it's like it doesn't require batteries. You don't plug it in. It's not like a ton of lights and switches and flashy things and whatnot. It's
Although
so
it would
simple.
be cool if it did do lights. When
I
it
don't
went.
I'm sure they had versions of that. I just
Maybe.
didn't have. It was more expensive. I didn't have
Yeah,
that.
that's the thing, because that toy to me is truly like a non-electronic toy that's
Right.
free. And some people say, oh, well, Pokemon Go is free. But no, your kid has an $800 cell phone in their hands.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure you could use, what is it called? iPod Touch, but that's not free either.
It's not either. No.
That's not $19.99 at your local Kmart store.
You know what else is a toy like that I actually found not too long. Well, it was a while ago now, but a sit and spin.
But that's like for kids.
It's true, but I loved it.
Oh, I didn't have one.
I had a sit. Well, I don't even know if I had a sit and spin. That might have been.
Maybe you used it at like
It might have been at my
latchkey or
cousin's
daycare or something.
So this is really bad. You know, my cousins and I did. They had a bunk bed,
Okay.
and we would put the sit and spin on the top bunk.
No, I wouldn't even go on the top bunk.
And I think we were trying to like spin off the bed or something. I don't know, but it was great, and I thought that they didn't exist. And
That existed around the times trampolines were coming around, and there wasn't a damn net around the trampoline.
oh, who does
Not
that?
even, I mean, the blue, there's that blue ring around it, but I feel like they started without that. And now it's like a whole, like, canopy
Dome thing
of
around.
mosquito. Like, is that really going to save anything? Like, I don't know. I have not been on a
Can
trampoline.
they like bounce at like on the side and it bounces
Think
them
about how
back
expensive
on?
the trampoline is to begin with. I doubt it does that. I think it just kind of maybe gently releases you to the ground before you break your head. But I don't see how that. Can
I don't
anyone tell
know.
us? Like,
maybe.
you know what? I'll look into it. So
Yeah. Well, and then I think about too, they have those like little, like the mini ones. I don't
those are not bouncy. Those are exercise.
They're exercise, but now it's like I feel like you don't see them without the handlebars very much. They have those like bars,
Yeah.
like all these extra safety precautions. Like I don't know.
Somebody sued somebody to do that. Like during the winter, we have snow here. And on the majority of snowblowers that I've seen after I heard that this was on there, on the warnings, it says, do not use on your roof. Theoretically, I get the ambition of a person, but somebody did that. And they
Right.
probably sued and got money for it because you didn't put it on the box.
Well, that's like the coffee cup with the warning label of contents may be hot. because somebody sued because they bought a cup of coffee and grabbed it and spilled it on themselves and sued them because it was hot coffee.
I think it was McDonald's, but also I believe that it was very hot coffee.
I mean, my
Okay,
mom loves very hot coffee.
But I see what you're saying. But as someone who's experienced McDonald's, I actually got a sweet tea, right?
See,
And they give it to you at that time. Okay, so don't come for me. At that time, a similar like insulated cup to keep the
like
sweet
styrofoam,
tea,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to keep it temperature
Okay.
semi-controlled.
Yeah.
I grabbed it, put it in the car, took a sip, put it in the cup holder, picked it up. The whole bottom came out. So it's like maybe that happened to her too.
Could be.
I mean, and what's the deal with those tiny sleeves, like at Starbucks? Because like they don't make it that much. Well, I'm sensitive. I don't like super hot things or super cold things, but they don't really. My fingers, I'm annoyed. It's too hot for me to hold with the sleeve. Like I can't do it. I won't do it.
You put your
That's why I don't
fruitsy
drink
rolls in
coffee.
your pocket to warm up before you eat it.
Yeah, but it's a warming.
I know.
Not here's a hot coffee. Deal with it.
I was just talking. I think I was referring to your sensitivity.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
It's too hard, right? So
for
it has
those of you
to
who
warm-
don't know what Fruitsy Rolls are, probably shouldn't listen to us.
Probably
you probably won't
not.
get anything we're talking about. Fruitsy Rolls are like Tootsie Rolls, which you may know, but they're fruit. Like they came in, like I was going to name flavors like blue. No, blue raspberry. That was watermelon we
Yes.
were experiencing last night.
Watermelon.
Water karma chameleon.
I just made up a word. You're.
Finally.
I've done it before. Not like you though. You're kind of karma chameleon with your like.
You're definitely karma chameleon.
I'm a karma for real. I got some man. I got
Right,
some
yeah,
karma.
but,
I'm not
okay,
going to get into
here's
that.
The thing. If it's supposed to be a Taffy-esque type
I forgot that's what we were talking
confectionery,
about.
I want it to have that essence going into my mouth. I don't want to have to make my mouth make it soft.
No, I get it.
I'm not doing it.
You know, I feel that way about taffy.
Well, yeah, to me, it's a type of taffy.
Exactly.
So do you warm up your taffy in your pockets and sit on it?
I don't.
See?
But
So I
like
am
when
more
you buy
sensitive.
like the freshwater taffy out at Frankenmuth, which
Those normally are
are a little
and
bit harder. I feel like sometimes they can get harder.
I feel like more often than not, they're not though. I could put that could go into
and
the
I go.
hatch.
I like when
that
it's.
could go straight into the hatch.
I like when the stringing away when you
Yeah.
bite it.
that can go into the hatch for me. But I mean, not all candies are the same. And like I said, where we live, it can be cold. And even when it's summer, they pump the air like they want to. Well, I like to be refrigerated.
Yes,
it
you
feels
do.
like refrigerated. But FYI, that is not the same one. We actually bought. There's three.
There's 3. Yeah,
There's 3.
my
roll-
neighbor has one too.
Yeah, we wear them together and separately. Clearly.
But they look different too. Like they're the same but different.
No, they're the same style.
Yes, the same colors, but the pattern of which the stripes.
Oh, you noticed that? I didn't look.
Yeah, because I think my neighbor's hers has more green on her, like up top, like so. I think it's the colors, the placement of things are a little bit different. So the colors are all the same, the style, everything's the same, but it looks almost a little bit different.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so we still have that individuality, which I like.
Also, in housekeeping, this is long housekeeping, but that's okay. I said really loud.
Hiccups. She found the great hiccups of 2016?
No,
2009. Oh my God.
I wouldn't be talking about my hiccups if I had hiccups in 2016.
Yeah, that was, not that long ago.
Do you want to describe what the audio? First of all, I sent it to her at like 4 a.m.
And I was sleeping.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, no, it was just an audio. And I was just, I was trying to visualize what you might look like. Okay. So first of all, her hiccups, like, so like when people hiccup, it's more like it's like a quick,
Yeah.
like that. Mine are always really high pitched.
Yeah, yours are cute.
My sneezes are the same way. But yeah, so hers, it is like the longest drawn out hiccup I've ever heard. Like it sounds like it's like I'm going to say foghorn-ish, but it's not kind of. Or like, like one of those blow things. It's like, it's like, it's a full-on,
It's I told you it's a whole body. You could picture how it's
like,
a body experience.
And she said she was driving. Cause like, I'm like, I don't know where to look right now because she was driving. So I'm thinking she's like holding her steering wheel.
I was.
And like, and I'm just thinking, like, I wonder what the car next to you that pulled up to you at the stoplight was thinking.
It was a weird time of day. It was an afternoon.
Oh my
no one
God.
was near me.
Really?
And also
Gosh, that's unfortunate.
One correction. I was not, when I had the hiccup, I did not back away. I actually leaned in closer.
Oh, see, that's what I would. That's what it sounds like. It looks like to me.
Well, I mean, it was a fight
Yeah.
because it's severe. Like
Yeah.
when it happens.
That's like, I would be scared to have the hiccups like that driving. I mean, it's like sneezing when you drive. Oh, that's scary.
That's the worst.
Oh, because you're fighting, trying to keep your eyes open, but you can't.
But anyway, you may have noticed that we didn't pick a word.
We did not pick a word.
And I honestly, like, we were kind of not running against the clock, but the clock wasn't our best friend.
Right.
And at the same time, personally, I don't like it when certain things that I enjoy doing deviate from the norm.
Right.
So this is my long-winded apology that the word was not selected. The plan was that we were just going to do it now. However, I don't know if you heard a little chirping, chortling in the background. We all know I have Mr. Jacks.
Yeah.
But I also had two finches that normally reside above
Right behind me.
her head. But they're super loud, so they get to have fun time in my room.
Yep.
And between all those animals, I have acquired a Parrotlet. And she is a model. She's the best.
And she's so smart.
She is.
She's sassy.
If anybody is interested in a Parrotlet, reach out to me and I'll get you in contact with the breeder because she came to me so hand tame. Like she's a baby, so she's still figuring out stuff. But man, like it would be,
different.
I probably wouldn't even be able to hold her.
Yeah.
Because birds are really interesting.
And I can hold her too, so that's fun.
The fact that she'll go to anybody like shows that she trusts people and she's not afraid of hands. Like she loves your nails because they're.
She does.
Yeah, because they're real. Real awesome.
Right.
But she picked the word for us.
Yeah, she just flew right over here. We were sitting here, and she just flew right over here, and she just reached her head into the bowl and just picked out a word.
She was foraging for the word. And the word that we have today is
mood ring.
Man.
Right?
I just think of my childhood.
Oh, gosh, yes. Honestly, like, I don't remember really having.
Did you have one?
I think I did at one point, but I think I was kind of late to getting it because my mom was probably more of like.
Well, it was like $8 at Claire's. That's kind of a lot. Like my mom was more like $4 range.
Right.
So like.
And $8 at Claire's then compared to now, like 30 plus years later.
That was a lot of money.
That's a lot of money to spend there.
I got I did get a mood ring from Claire's, but they had like the plain ones that are oval, right? Like the old school ones. But my mom's like, you can only spend X amount. And I remember that mood ring was $8. That's why I know the price.
Yeah.
So I had to get a mood ring with a little happy face bead in the middle of it.
Oh.
Which was $6.75 USD.
Okay.
So I had that for a while. And I don't know if we all know, but mood rings are basically the temperature.
Yeah.
If you're cold, it stays black. The warmer you get, it turns that pretty, pretty blue. And mine was always black. Between I wonder if it was a toe ring because my ring size is a 4. So it's small. But apparently I was always cold. So it never really would change unless I put it in my knee pit kind of thing. And I would do that during math class. I would do that hoping and then I would look and it'd be kind of green black.
Oh man.
It was, it made me feel some type of way. And then later in life when mood rings were not cool. Remember watch rings?
Yeah. I never had one of those.
Yeah, I think you would have been out. That would have been not cool for you because you
Yeah.
were like a big kid.
Yeah.
I think no, there was Claire's
Yes.
Afterthoughts. Remember, wasn't that like another store? What was the
Oh,
other
I don't
Claire's?
know.
There was another. Oh, I'll look that up. But there was another store that competed with Claire's in
Okay.
that junk jewelry realm, and my mom was like, "You want a watch ring?" Because she saw me talking about it with my friends. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that was $32." And it was like a cool,
Wow.
sleek, black stainless steel looking thing. And I was like, that was like the best one. Like for once, I like bested my friends.
Wow.
And then when I put it on, in the background was a heart. That was a mood heart.
Oh.
And the
Did yours always stay black?
no, because the
Oh.
chemicals in there
They
by this
were different?
time
Okay.
were probably more sensitive.
Okay.
With that quartz movement, y'all. And it was turning all sorts of like you could tell like it was like warmer in the middle. Like it was. I wonder if I still have it. I should find it.
I never had anything like that. Nope.
No, you have been to Skate World,
Oh my God, yeah.
which is a skating rink
Although
arena.
for me, Great Skate was the
Okay, yeah, right. Because
Great
I was on
Skate
this
was the
side of
one.
town. But
Yeah.
don't those two kind of go hand in hand?
Oh yeah. Where you put the quarters in the machine.
When you did that, I thought you wanted me to grow my mustache again. I took care
Blink
of
3
it.
times. No.
Inside joke.
Totally inside
Maybe
joke.
it might show up.
It might.
But I took care of it.
Yeah.
I had rehearsals, so I didn't want
I don't think I think
them to think.
I got a little
I have
got
one
a little
that
whisker right
broke.
here.
I
yeah.
broke one.
Yeah. Oh well.
Great skate, go.
No, I loved Great Skate. Oh man. Yeah, cuz Great Skate, like we'd have like skate parties. Like we would I had field trips at Great Skate, and I did have birthday parties at Great Skate, but I never got the party room. It was always just we went there.
Were you a little older, so it was more like a gathering?
No, my mom didn't want to spend the money on the party room
My
because it was more expensive.
My mom did the party once and was like, that's out of control, like between the skates and all this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that these arenas, function basically the same.
Right. I
You
get
know?
that.
So after that, she was like, no, it's going to be a smaller group of your friends and we'll do pizza,
Yeah.
like on solid ground, not
Right.
weird pizza that probably was from the last party.
Now, when I got so that was in elementary school. When I got into middle school, my birthday parties, like I, with friends, I just did like a sleepover. I did sleepover. And I did sleepovers in high school, all the way into high school, too.
There was a point where my mom was doing like sleepovers at a hotel where you'd stay up all night and then get into fights, obviously, with each other.
I went to one.
Yeah.
My
that kind of thing.
my friend Chrissy, she had, and so I was a year ahead of her, and we were in Latchkey together. That's how we knew each other. And she was one of the girls that we would, when we were done with our homework and all that stuff, whatever, we would ask to take the boombox in the hallway and dance in the hallway, and we would make up dances and stuff. And then we
Obviously.
actually, with one or two other girls, we ended up like creating this, like, we're going to be a dance studio and teach like these, we're going to have all these things. We were designing costumes and we were like recruiting other girls in Latchkey to do it with us. And it was like a big deal.
But did you also kind of get a little offended when there were kids that were like, I don't want to do that? I did. I got offended.
Yeah, maybe. But
I didn't have a friend to do it with, though. It was just me making up dances, looking like, why are you doing that?
that was something that I did a lot as a kid because I was in dance. I started when I was like 4 or 5 or whatever, too. And I did that all the way through into middle school. And then I quit then to start doing voice lessons because I got really into singing. So, and my mom couldn't afford both. It was like I had to make a decision. So, but anyway, so I was in 5th grade and she was in 4th grade, and her parents got the joining room thing, right? And so we had the sleepover. We did dinner at, I want to say it was something like a Chili's or something like that, right? We did dinner there, and then we went to the hotel and had the hotel birthday party. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm invited.
Because
Yeah.
it's only a few people.
But yeah, and it's funny because I learned later, she's like, I thought it was so cool because I had a fifth grader at my party. She's like, I thought you were so cool. And I was like, I had no idea. I was like,
My
cool.
mom, she didn't get the joining room, but I think she did that specifically because she didn't want to hear us.
Oh, yeah.
So she got the room next to us.
Okay.
And I was
Or
still
across the hall even.
no,
would
it
be
was
good.
it was next to
Next
us.
to? Okay.
But I also was mindful of my own volume. And oh, this kind of is a good segue. I feel like your mom did this. So you go, let's say you're going to Great Lakes Crossing. So, well,
Yes.
at this point, let's say you're in 8th grade going to the mall.
Right. It would be Macomb Mall
Okay, well, a farther
for me.
mall.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's say you're going to a farther away mall and you're in the car and your friend is being annoying. And you're sitting there silently looking out the window, looking at I-75, and your friend is just talking and maybe repeating phrases over and over again because she thinks it's hilarious. And then all of a sudden, your mom goes, quiet down. You need to stop. And points at you, the silent person.
So,
Your mom,
I feel like my mom would do that, but I didn't have, my friends weren't like that at all.
no, but the idea of like your mom yelling at you when she really wants to yell at your friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That always, I was like, I'm not doing anything. And then this friend, I actually saw her this weekend. She was like, remember that time your mom yelled at you because she didn't want to yell at me? And I'm like, for my mom to do that, I was wondering how annoying whatever was happening was happening.
I don't think I was ever really in that situation. I did get in trouble though for like asking her while people were there if they could stay over and sleep over
Because she wants to say no.
because she feels like she's backed into a corner and she can't say no. But my friends liked sleeping over at my house because my mom
Yeah, but maybe she didn't want people over.
I know. My friends all liked sleeping over at my house because my mom would buy a ton of junk food. So we'd have like pizza rolls and ice cream and just whatever we wanted. Like we just always had junk food and we would find more junk food. And then my mom would make breakfast for us. Like we would stay up all night, and we'd fall asleep whenever. And this is like in the living room, and I had hardwood floors. Ooh,
How do
poor
we do
friends.
that?
I don't know. But yeah, and then everybody like we'd have like I'd be on the couch, obviously, somebody's on the love seat, and then
Teach
sleeping
their
bags
own.
on the floor,
Fend for yourself, yeah.
And then, my mom would let us sleep in, so we would sleep in, and then she would cook us breakfast. She would cook roll-em-up pancakes. Some call those Texas flapjacks, but I call them roll-em-up pancakes.
For me, with the sleepover, I learned that lesson once.
Yeah.
Never to ask my mom that kind of question in front of people that want to be positively affected by it.
Right.
I learned that real quick. I never did that again.
Yeah.
Similar to you. Well, actually, I didn't have like a gaggle of friends over. It'd be one or two at a time. And then, you do the sleepover thing. In the morning, she would make us breakfast
Yeah.
too. But she would just start making it. Whether or not we were awake, that didn't matter to her. She was, how she is. If she's going to cook breakfast, she's going to cook it when she wants to. And it'd be the Filipino breakfast. So she'd make that
So good.
The
rice
rice is
and the
so good.
eggs and
sometimes you get the shrimp, sometimes you get the noodles, whatever. And sometimes we would wake up in time and we get it like fresh from the cast iron skillet, and then other times she'd cook it and we just, talked about boys too much at night and didn't get up on time. And then I'd be like, why didn't you tell us that breakfast was ready? We would have gotten up. And she's like, well, I cooked breakfast and that's your own decision to not get up. So your punishment is that it's cold. And then at the same time, it's not like we didn't have a microwave, but there's something about that freshness from the skillet. Like you got to experience like at least once or twice, like at my mom's house.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's still good
So
reheated,
good.
but straight from that skillet.
I want to go to your mom's for breakfast now.
Yeah, it's so good. And she'll cook it any time of the day if you just
I know.
ask. Like she cooks it whenever I ask. Well, because I'm an adult now. So see, that's the benefit of Tuesday and being an adult.
Yeah.
you know. But when you're little and you're like, can I have breakfast at 7 p.m.? She's going to be like, do your homework.
Yep.
Back to the Great Skate World skating mood ring thing.
Yeah.
Did they have those sticker machines where
Oh,
you
yeah.
put in 50 cents and then you put one on each pocket of your pant?
I don't think I ever put them in my pockets.
I did it because
You
all the
know
cool
what?
girls were doing that.
You know what, though? When I was in elementary school, I didn't really wear jeans. I didn't really have pockets. Stretch pants were like a big thing when I
they
was.
probably didn't stick as good then.
Yeah, no. So like stretch pants with slouch socks, you know?
Yeah, that was
and
definitely...
the colorful slouch socks, like that was the look. You know, that was like the trend at the time. Yeah, so I didn't really.
But I remember we would do that, and I remember like remembering at the last minute and then looking for quarters all over it because it had to be quarters.
Or when you want that one specific thing,
And you're hoping it
and
comes
you just
out.
keep it, or on any of those machines, right? Like any, like regard, I don't know, like if it's a ring or a, you know, whatever, you're like, oh, I want that one, and then
But
you
you don't
use all
know.
your damn quarters.
Well, I didn't have that many, so I got stuck with what I got, and then I would trade.
Yeah, I'd get like $1 in quarters and then go through all 4 of them, you know, because I think there were some machines that were only like a quarter at the time because, you know, that was before it was like $2 to get a toy, you know,
Right.
instead of a quarter. And yeah, so I would just use all my quarters on that one machine if there was something that I really wanted.
I would always end up getting what I wanted, but the wrong color. So it was actually a pretty easy trade because, like, I would get it, like, let's say it was a heart Yinyang sticker, and I wanted it to be pink and purple,
Obviously.
but it came out teal and purple, not teal and blue, and it's still really pretty with the holographic.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I wanted pink
The
and purple.
holographic stuff was so popular. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would try to get. And we'd always get two. Well, first it started with one, and then the cooler kids started, okay, well, we're going to do 2. And I'm like, oh, I don't have that many quarters.
Aw.
Do you remember ever skating with a boy or wanting a boy to ask you to skate?
Yes. I did, like with my middle school boyfriends, yeah.
I
I
actually
only had one.
I went to Skate World kind of, not really recently, but as a 30-something-year-old. And the night before the guy was seeing, we were up all night. Like, we went to a party. And then we went to go get breakfast. And we were going to go home. But I was like, you want to go to Skate World?
That's awesome.
So we went. And I was like, I'm going to finally be able to skate with a boy.
He wouldn't skate.
No, it's a little different than that. So I did actually wipe out one time because I was trying to pretend to be Christy Yamaguchi.
Obviously.
I hit my elbow so hard on the floor.
Ugh.
Has nothing to do with this part of the story. But so then they do the slow skate song. And then I'm like, all right, ready? You could go backwards, right?
He couldn't.
No.
Could you?
I mean, I could, but I didn't. That the guy's supposed to.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, we
Well,
could just
but it was
hold
like,
hands.
yeah, because it was like couple skate or backward skate. Because you could be on there if you were like you could be on the floor by yourself only if you skated backwards.
Oh, I didn't see that wasn't a rule. It had to be couples. Like if we wanted to hold hands, we could go on the skating floor together. But like I was just like, dude, like I'm kind of like disappointed that you can't try. Like, can we practice? Like, just
I can
like,
push you.
I could push you. But also, I didn't want all of that falling on me at the same time. But it was just like,
well, you know.
okay, well, this is how that's gonna happen.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no,
That's an eye roll for sure.
God, I would
Learn
wipe
how to
out
skate backwards.
for sure. Yes. Boys out there.
Or men.
Men.
Or girls. We
girls.
should know how.
I don't know if I could right now. I don't know that I could. I don't know.
Okay, so the last time we went,
It was in the basement of your last apartment. Was the last
we
time
weren't ready to go.
We
No,
were not.
No, we did end up going outside at one point because at first you're like, can we go in the basement inside with a beverage or something? And we were practicing because it's been a while. Like, of course, this was Panini Times, and I just like Amazoned us rollerblades.
Yes. Yes.
So we got our bearings, but then we go outside with Monday.
Uh,
He,
he's like spinning around.
yeah, like doing like triple axel, skating backwards, like, you know, with the one leg.
Yeah.
At it, you know.
Hey, the crossovers.
Yes. Yes.
Ugh.
He was
I used to
doing
be able
that.
to do that.
I wasn't great at it, but I could fake
I could do it.
I
Yeah.
could fake it.
Yeah.
But I remember, and I was like, why can't we go outside? And you're like, well, what's there to hold on to? And I was like, that's what the cars are for. And you were like, what? I was like, oh, yeah. Just, like, be careful about it. And they're going to see us on rollerblades. They're going to be like, yeah, I get it.
I get it. Yep.
I'd rather her touch her palm on the trunk of my Honda Civic than break both of her legs. They're going to be fine with that. And I'm like, and I notice more often than not, if you go for the rear of the car, the alarm won't go off. And it's not like I'm like hurling my body and the skates are, you know, ruining your paint job. I'm not doing all of that.
It's not like you're keying the car, which is illegal.
Yes, it's illegal, and we'll talk about that later. But, and I don't touch that many cars now.
I'm picturing like your skate. So, okay, so the parking lot where she used to live, it's like it's a big square, right? And so there's like the cars in the middle, and then it's just the drive around the outside, and then cars on the outside. So I'm like
3 columns,
right.
kind of, without.
But it's like it's
touching
a
in the
center
middle. Island.
It's an island. It's an island of cars in the middle, cars on the outside. That's it, right?
And they they asphalted that lot.
It was good. It was nice.
So we were even more motivated
Yes,
at that point.
absolutely. Well, because, you know, the panini kept us inside and kept us inactive, and we were on like oh my God, I spent so much time on the couch.
And this was after we went through all my wigs.
Yes.
After your birthday.
We should do that again.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. We
can.
should do one of the episodes with wigs.
That was my point.
Do we have wigs as a word in the bowl?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe we do. And if we do, we'll wear wigs that one. Anyway, I'm picturing you like spinning around, and as you're going, like touching each car, and there's like meh, 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 meh.
No, I'm not disrespectful.
And then it's just a symphony of like, well, and I mean they're not as sensitive now either, too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's false.
No,
They're sensitive.
Okay.
It just depends on the car, and I can honestly say I don't have enough data to tell you what kind of make or model is more sensitive, but just because the car is newer doesn't necessarily mean.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, that's what the cars are for. So we go outside, and we lasted a good 10 minutes the first time.
Okay. I think
was
that's
like-
being generous for me.
Well, it was like 10 minutes, and then we started to stand, and then we just watched Monday do.
He was like, I can pull you. We got a broom.
Yeah, like as like a train too.
Yeah.
And he was more than willing to do that, but at the same time, we were kind of like, well, we want to do it on our own. Teach us, but how can you teach us
Anything.
Not that we're not good students, but this
we actually are really good students.
Yeah.
Like that's
this is a different skill set.
totally different. We're not even in this. Come on.
We should videotape ourselves.
I didn't go to
rollerblading.
college on an athletic scholarship. Wow.
I feel like if we thought about it, we could both get in on a curling one because it's a team event and we're together.
Okay.
We could have, but we'd be in college probably in like Canada or like, you know, like in Manitoba or something. What?
Why not?
Why not? So mood rings.
Yeah.
It's just, it reminds me of like a more innocent time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
When holding hands was enough.
yeah.
And now it's like, I'm glad he has a job in a car.
Yeah. I'm glad he's not living at home. I think that's the biggest thing. Even honestly,
I'm okay with guys living at home, like, but is your room on the first level?
Or is it in the basement?
Yes,
Ugh.
exactly. Not, and also at the same time, there's also no judgment there. Like if you're living at home because you're like taking care of your
Oh yeah,
parents
yeah.
or whatever, but like that other stuff at our age
Oh yeah.
is a bit much to handle. Like I don't want to have to go over your house and then be quiet because when I take the step onto the landing, like be quiet because you don't want to wake up like the cat or something because the cat's gonna shred you, and then grandma is gonna wake up and say who's there and then call 911, and then 911 comes and it's a whole nuisance.
See, you know, I actually there was talk about when I was going going for my separation. You know, my mom had even brought up because I was looking. You know, when I started looking at apartments and stuff to separate from my ex-husband, my mom had even said, she's like, you know, like I know it's not ideal, but you can always move home, you know. And even in the panini stuff, when I was freaking out about how am I going to pay for this, how am I, well, what's going to happen, you know, I remember like in the like with my, like when I was moving out, I was scared. Oh my God. It was I had never really truly been 100% on my own like that,
Yeah, same.
because I got married young, you know. I mean, when I was 18, I went away to school. I lived in dorms all 4 years, you know, and I was only home over the summer. And then I had an apartment when I was student teaching, came home for a few more months. Then I like lived somewhere house sitting, and then I moved in with my ex-husband. So it wasn't because I was like, oh, I can't live on my own, you know, at first.
It's just
That's
how
just
it
kind of how
happened.
it happened, how my life happened. So, and then I was with him for 13 years. So, yeah, so that's just how it happened. And I was 34 turning 35 when I was moving out, and it was scary as hell, you know, to like think about, okay, I'm going from two incomes to one. I've never done this really completely, and you know, and so but I did it, you know, and but that was
You know, I thought about living with my mom, and I don't mind it, but I told her I was like, I just kind of need my own space, and she's like, I
yes,
respect that. So
absolutely.
she helped me out, and that yeah, it was scary. It was more scary the first night because I had like no furniture.
Yeah. Well, yours happened a lot faster.
It was very
It
quick,
was
so I
very
really
quick.
had no idea what was going on, and I had no furniture. The first piece of furniture I bought was a stereo from Best Buy so Jax could have noise because he was not used to living in an
Right.
apartment. He would look at the apartment door like, why isn't that door open?
Right.
You know, I had a very nice
Oh,
house.
absolutely. It was
Like he could
gorgeous.
he could literally be in one floor of the house and not come down for anything.
Right.
And, you know, now too, there's doors that are shut. Why is the light on? Like he would go by the crack
Yeah.
and start sniffing and not understand, and then getting used just to the noise. Like that was something that did take me a while. I did grow up on a service drive, but cars are almost more like white noise versus people coming in at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, and I live on a busier road, you know, and people ask me all the time, you know, how can you stand the noise? How can I, and I, that's exactly what I said. Like, honestly, the cars are like white noise. Like especially if I'm really tired and it's that really, which I feel like we're about to be getting soon, that beautiful spring weather and the sun is bright and shining, and sitting on my big oversized chair with my ottoman in front of the window with the windows open, and I hearing those cars go by in the middle of it, I literally fall asleep to that.
I actually have a harder time falling asleep when it's dead silent because that's when the
Same.
scary stuff
Yep.
happens. That's when someone comes and murders
That's when
you.
the moo-moos come
I
out.
don't even want to think
Don't
about
talk
that.
about it.
Yeah.
We got the lemons
And a lemon.
and a lemon.
Yeah. I like being her legal guardian. I'm her mama. She fell asleep on my finger today.
That's cute.
It was really cute. I was nervous she was going to poop on me, but she didn't. And she was like, I'll put a picture up. She looked like a literal lemon.
She flew to my finger today. Well, she was trying to fly to my hair or my head, and I went like this. No. And so then she walked down onto my finger. So she kind of flew onto my finger.
I feel like she wouldn't waste her time with mood rings.
Oh God, no. She doesn't have time for that. She's like, I am a mood.
I'm wondering, because don't you notice how lately, like with fashion, like a lot of the 90s things are kind of coming back?
Yes.
Or they have been cyclically coming back in different ways, like the high-waisted pants
Yep.
and then the bucket hats,
The butterfly
the clips. Those are coming back. I'm wondering, when is the mood ring going to come back? Because
it's not come back yet.
I don't think so.
I feel like they'll come back with, there'll be like other mood things. Like, is there mood nail polish?
Oh yeah, that was a thing for a while, but that
Yeah.
was more like 2000s. I feel like
That sounds about right.
I wore mood changing
with like
nail
the
polish.
white eyeliner.
I wore the mood changing nail polish for a while when I got my nails done.
I think
But
I remember that.
But that was just out of variety, and I liked how it made like an ombre because I had like longer
Yeah.
extensions. But mood rings, I have not seen that. But here's my worry. Shade, no shade. I don't agree with subscription boxes.
I don't like them either. I don't have any.
It's mostly, and I'll be direct, it's mostly towards product boxes that are aimed at women. I don't like those ones where they'll style you. I don't like the ones.
Oh, the makeup ones?
Makeup, I don't like Ipsy or anything like
yeah.
that. I don't agree with it. And I understand, yeah, you're getting to sample and whatever. But sometimes those samples are inferior to the actual product. So you really don't know if you're, getting it.
Right.
And it's like, why do you want to have what everybody else has? And frankly, how it is upsetting. I have tried that. Was it Fresh, the FabFitFun, the Kate Hudson one?
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me that.
I got a referral for that. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. But it is really almost like heartbreaking is too dramatic of a word, but I'll use it. It's heartbreaking to think that they're like, we're here to help you and we're going to ask you these questions and get you what is the right kind of box for you.
Right.
But then you get the stuff and only half of it fits. You get the stuff and it's like you said, I hate the color turquoise. It's like, what's the point? And I just paid like $60 for this and I'm stuck with it. And they're like, no, you can return it. Yeah, right. You're going to make me pay for shipping.
Oh,
it's just a bunch of BS. And it's just like, I wish there were more things that encouraged. What's the word I'm looking for?
Individuality?
Yes. Because I feel like those subscription boxes, like if I'm getting a subscription, I'm getting angry.
You are getting very angry.
I feel like a subscription box should be for something like medicine.
Okay.
Yeah. It should be for
dog
food.
And I don't even have a dog. I have 2 cats.
That's what it should be like. I mean, I was looking into one for the birds, and those seem to be more kind of spot on. But also, think about this. Like, if you have like a bird, they need to enrich themselves or whatever. So they need toys, and you do have to change them because they get smart and they're like, oh, this does this, I'm over it. Or they destroy it. $60 a month on toys for a bird.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. And that means if you want to get a bird, make sure you have a plan.
Right.
I actually like to make a lot of her stuff that she does. But I mean, that just seems like too much. Like,
I feel that way about any pet though.
But what is the appeal? Can you explain to me what the appeal of a subscription box is?
Well, because it's ease. Sometimes I think, and then I think, it's like, oh, this is the trend, and they're going to put the trends that are in there right now, and,
But
and
are
it's
all
like,
trends going to look great?
No, all trends don't look great on everyone.
That's why we only pick clothes that look good on both of us.
Yeah. Try to.
But, I know you're playing devil's advocate, and I know you're on my side.
I'll always. But I've almost a couple of times, and I haven't, but they have like this My Cat Lady box.
I've seen that one.
And
that one looks
so
fun.
Cute. I know.
It looks fun, but then you look at it. I could go
it's stuff for you and it's stuff for the cats.
Right. And that's what a lot of like those bark boxes, even the bird ones,
right.
Like the parrot owner gets something. But like you could go on AliExpress. Not that I'm saying that these people don't put effort into sourcing the things or whatever, but you could buy it yourself and you just have to wait some time.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess the secret really is in the anticipation, like getting people amped up for this. But it's like, bitch, I could barely get amped up to like stand up.
To me, I feel like those kinds of things too. It's like, it's just more shit that you're accumulating.
Yes. And I love my tchotchkes and I have, not that I'm a hoarder, but sometimes it's like, well, someone gave me this pillow 20 years ago, and what
And
if
I
they
have
come over
so much
and they're
damn makeup
offended?
that I need to throw away too.
And you maybe might want to wash your brushes.
I was
I
waiting for
like,
you to do
I
it.
like doing
No,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
I literally just said that to my mom on Sunday when she was over before we went shopping. And I was like, oh, I really need to wash my brushes. And I was like, last time those got done, Tony did it.
And I didn't live here.
No.
No, but
Oops.
but she also has. I know you've acquired new brushes because
Yes, I do.
Monday and I, Grammar, have bought you makeup. So I know you have, and you utilize what's
Yeah, I
in front
do.
of you.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're just putting like asbestos all over your face.
Correct. And
I'm,
if I am, it's just my own.
I can be a messy friend, but also like when it came to makeup brushes, I would do a show. I would wash my brushes every weekend.
Oh yeah.
And people would be like, "Why are you doing that?" I wash mine at the end of the run. I do this. I do for you.
That's good. That's good for you. You do what you need to do.
That's good for you. But the main reason I did that because I have varietés, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm ready, ready for anything.
For sure.
If I wash my brushes, I know someone used them because of how clean they are. And if I see some sort of like peach blush, not for the show, who used my brushes? And they're like, oh, well, I thought, yours is right at the end and I could. Yes, but ask.
Ask.
I don't know you like that.
Right.
And it's like, here's the thing. Like, sometimes I'm like, some people are like, you need to ask every time.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's basically like, if you get the approval, you're good to go. All I ask is don't mix it in with my stuff.
See. Yeah.
Like, I'm generous, but don't just be, well, you have so
Even
many.
I still ask on things like that too.
Yeah, but it's like, they're just like, well, you have so many, what does it matter? It matters.
Right.
That's my property.
Absolutely. Well, and
Do you
it's
not see
also
the label I put?
it's not just that it's your property, it's that it's stuff that's going on your face. And like yeah, like some people don't like they just don't want other people's
It's just, I don't
things
like it
on-
when people make me feel like I'm being unreasonable.
No.
It's like, oh, we're a team. No, we're not that kind of team.
I mean, but yeah, because like to me, that's like I'm going to use a sanitizer wipe on my hands and then hand it to you, and you're going to use it on your hands and then give it back to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I just
No. That's a really good analogy.
yeah. It's like no, I get it.
It's like, of course you can, but like just to like do it, even when on a day I'm not there.
Ugh,
That's the thing too. Like
it's disrespectful.
I feel like I'm coming off as a Karen a little bit, but I don't think I am.
No, because I think there's certain things that you'd be like, oh, why would you ask me? Yeah, of course, but something like that I get completely.
Especially when I spend all those all that time cleaning my own brushes.
And you always have good brushes too.
And I make a stink about how I do it because I want to encourage other people, not to make them feel bad to do it, but you really should wash those brushes because it's going on your face.
Yeah.
And if you're changing up your color a lot or whatever, I mean, I don't wear makeup daily, so that's probably why I have more of an affinity for washing brushes.
Yeah.
But I'm going to notice.
Right.
What it's like, oh, don't touch her stuff. You didn't ask. If you would have asked, that would have been different. And I know that seems is that manipulative? I don't think that's manipulative. Because it's like, oh, you're playing head games. If it's fine to use, then why does it matter if I asked or didn't ask? Well, it matters to me.
Because that's just what you do. Like it's just respect. It's just common respect.
The fact that people don't get that is what makes me moody.
So does that okay?
Makes me
I have
so
to ask you.
moody.
I have to ask you this question.
Ask.
Is that happening with the younger generation?
No. Equal opportunity.
Wow. Because I feel like older than us, I don't feel like they would do that.
Oh, I've had it from probably 4-year-olds to, I think the oldest was 82.
Okay. Well, there goes my theory.
Yeah, we're going to have to, we can't fund that project anymore.
Oh, man.
I am so moody now.
Those damn mood rings. Could you imagine if the mood rings actually reflected what your actual mood was?
It would become a black hole. This planet wouldn't exist.
Like you'd have like there's like a key that it comes with, so you can be like, shit, what mood is she feeling?
Oh yeah, like it would be totally different. Like you
Oh,
need
God.
layers to the like annoyed anger
Yeah.
RBFness.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I can't tolerate a lot. I can tolerate a lot, but I can't tolerate a lot.
I'm really, what's funny is that I'm somebody that my face is very expressive.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're
my-
fun to zoom in on.
Yeah. My face is very expressive. I've always, and I think partially because being a singer and a performer and all of that, for a lot of my life, not professionally, obviously, but well, actually, yes, professionally also. I have sang professionally and I taught and all of that. So, but I'm so used to, I think I'm so expressive because I learned how to emote a lot with my face when I was performing and singing and all that. And I push that a lot. And so I just kind of naturally do that. But I'm very expressive sometimes when I shouldn't be, and like I don't realize that I'm like you can tell what's going on in my head based on what my face looks like.
Yeah.
And I have to be very mindful of
See,
that
I'm
at
not.
work. I have to be very mindful of that.
You can read me. Not everyone can read me
Right.
with my face. Like there's a face.
Oh.
Something's happening, but it could be interpreted so many different ways. Like
Right.
it's almost like a circumstantial thing.
Yeah.
Or am I working? Am I at home? Am I on the phone with Omar from Bank of America? We'll save that one.
I'm sorry you came to work today, man. I'm so sorry for you.
I want to tell a story. We'll save the story. We have
Okay.
to save the story. So yeah, mood rings was pretty. That was like volatile of like type of conversation.
Oh yeah, but you know what? It was a good conversation because it was very nostalgic for us too. I think it was and especially coming off a very heavy thing.
Yeah,
for us, it's
for
nice
sure,
to just
for
have
sure.
something fun and like it brought back a lot of really good memories too.
Sorry, my sock is like weird.
Oh,
Because we're on the gray couch.
obviously
Keeping up with the gray couch.
keeping up.
I would
with
rather watch that than the Kardashians.
Ugh.
There was like a slight
I
moment
never watched the Kardashians.
that the Kardashians, like I was maybe okay with like them existing. That sounds so bad. But it was because it was when I was turning blonde. And then after that, I mean, you have to admit a lot of times like the clothes they wear, it does set the stage for a lot of other things.
I
but-
honestly have no idea because I don't pay attention to them in
I
any
see it
way
in
at
like
all.
my ad, like just like Google, like my email, like they'll have ads, so it's like I always see the stuff, and it's like I kind of like when I was like really slim, like I felt like a Kardashian reject, but I wasn't trying to be. That's just ended up what happened, and now I'm just like,
One of the girls I work with has the same like thoughts on the Kardashians and stuff. But she did say to me, she's like, is it Kim that has that like was it Skims like her shapewear?
I bought
kind
some of that stuff. It was crap.
Really? She says she likes it.
No, it did not work for my body. I do like the website though because
Okay.
it shows it like pick the model, pick they're this size, this weight. Like that was really cool.
That's nice. That's nice.
Even height too. But for me, when I put the stuff on, I just look like a pear-shaped bowling
like
pin.
a sausage.
No, it wasn't that I was tight. It was that the
It
materials.
just didn't actually shape you.
I didn't try the undergarments. I tried their
Okay.
clothes.
Oh,
I
okay.
only go for one place for my undergarments.
Okay.
And that's Kimmy Couture because she's amazing. That was the thing I wore under that black dress that one day
That's really pretty.
for
dress.
that wedding. Yeah, I looked so good that day, and it was because of that.
How do I not
shapewear.
know about this?
Oh man, this was like when I was in the thick of the bad part of my marriage. So I was trying to get, more in shape. And that's when on my explore page more like Kim Kardashian-esque lookalikes would start to show up.
Got it.
there were two women, Janine and Kim, showed
Okay.
up, and they started their own like look like that for less. Like we'll do the work for you. And then they also did something with like shapewear and like waist training.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was doing all the right things, and I started using their shapewear and stuff, and they would like post me on their Instagram. And then I actually visited Kim. Kim had a store, and I was like, I'm going to go surprise her when I'm in San Diego.
Aw.
So it was funny because she's like, well, I told her I was there, and she's like, I'm getting my hair done. I'll be there later. So I Ubered there, and I got a hotel that was, because I was only there for a night. And then I walked in, and one of the girls, because they're like all friends, she's like, hi, how can I help you? And I'm like, I'm just here to say hi to you. And she's like, oh my God. Like, she was like, I had no idea you
Aw.
were coming. And then she gave me 20% off.
Nice.
But like, she's like a soap opera, the Kim specifically,
Okay.
because I feel like I can not talk to her for long periods of time. And then when I do talk to her about anything, it's not just surface level.
Oh,
Like,
good.
that's
Yeah.
what, and, I just like supporting smaller businesses.
Oh, absolutely.
And, she was always willing to make me shine and make me feel good the best way possible, talking about divorces, talking about shapewear, talking about my size change. Like, she was very, very encouraging.
Yeah.
So if you're in the Bay Area, you should stop in there. I know they moved. I gotta stop that. I gotta just put the correct information there. So visit her. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I should give you the link to the website.
I know. I'm like, bitch, why haven't you shared this?
Like shit, they were like, I would consider them like, if I had like a timeline
Yeah.
of events, meeting her
Yeah.
would be on there, because she's she's a strong ass woman.
When so I used to so we've talked about the Renaissance Festival, I actually used to sing and perform in a group out at the Renaissance Festival, and we performed at a couple of different did a couple of different ones in Michigan.
See?
Yeah, one was 7 weeks, one was 5 weekends. One of the last years that I performed with the group, we were at the one on like the west side of Michigan. I think it was like not Battle Creek. Maybe it was Battle Creek. Anyway, it was like on the west side of the state. And during the show or whatever, like, or after one of our shows, she it was like a slapstick comedy, body comedy kind of singing group, and she came up to me and she said, I really want you to wear one of my corsets. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, she's like, she's like, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to, she just come before, just each day, just come before when you get here, I'll lace you up. I'll put you in it. I'll get you in one that goes with all your undergarments that you have, because there's so many layers. And then at the end of the day, just bring it back. And when people like comment about how good you look, or, ask you about your corset or anything like that, like, give them my card, pass them along, whatever. So I was just a walking advertisement. And she was a bigger woman, a shapelier woman. And her corsets were just, I mean, they looked good on all sizes, like short, tall, thin, pear shape. It didn't matter what your shape was. She made them thinking about women's shapes in mind, right? Like, so it went over the hips more,
Yes.
just everything. And it was a sweetheart neckline, and, just to accentuate the bust. And I remember, and she was it's just a strong woman that made these beautiful corsets just to make women feel beautiful. And I can't tell you how many compliments I got so many, I got so many more compliments from that. I almost bought it. She was going to give me a great discount, but it was my last year doing it. So it was but that makes me think about it, because since we've been going back to, going out to festival and getting dressed up and everything, I've been looking for something like that again. And I don't remember the name of the company. I don't remember. I mean, we're talking like
A span of a decade.
2005. No, we're talking like almost 20 years. Like, we're
Yeah.
talking, 2005, 2006 kind of. And so, yeah, it was the same kind of thing. I wish I could remember who she was and what the name of her company was. And I've been looking for something like that, but that's what it made me think of.
Man, I know I'm fangirling over Kim right now, but like she's from Colombia. She has like the cutest accent, and she's just so like, tell it like it is.
I love that.
You know,
sassy.
If we're ever in the Bay Area together, I want you to meet her.
Okay. I would love it.
She's a good time. Like, I show up like very impromptu. I tell her like the day that I'm there.
Okay.
And then she took me out to like a party with a girl that like her name's Nikki Blades. Like she was on like some like actual magazine.
Oh, wow.
I know. It was like a good time.
Okay.
And then she's like, yeah, wear this.
I mean,
like,
I've never been to California, so.
Oh, yeah. So after Anaheim
Yeah.
and Disneyland,
Land.
we'll get ourselves some shapewear.
Sounds great.
Like,
Sounds
I feel like
time.
they're kind of doing the thing with the stigma of shapewear. Like, you know, you could be as fit as you want,
Yes.
but you're still going to have, like, when you wear tights, the way just elastic is because your skin is,
Absolutely.
you're still going to have that. Like, this stuff, like, smooths it out. Like, I can also understand sometimes how men are saying, well, it's like false advertising. Yes. But when you have proper shapewear, it isn't false advertising.
Correct.
It accentuates your body. Like, oh, I'm going to get emotional. Like, she is the reason that I actually embraced having curves.
Yeah.
I hated it as a dancer. It was the last thing I wanted, you know? And to have, like, I mean, is the stuff pricier? Yeah, it's a little bit pricier.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still have that stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and I think that, like you said, it accentuates it. And I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. To me, that's like just wearing a regular old bra, because my girls,
Her abilities are stronger than others.
yeah, okay. My girls are not. They don't look. As far as like, oh, it's fake, like false advertising. I don't look the same with and without the bra, man. And I'm not talking like extra padding and da. Like, it's just the bra is there to accentuate and to, you know, keep everything where it needs to be.
There's a bra that I think you would like.
Really?
Yeah, I know you're fussy about certain things, but
I am pretty fussy about bras.
But I'll just
Okay.
send you the link because it's
no
really
worries.
cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess it ended on a positive note because I got moody about the subscription box.
I know.
And like you were trying to, like, I love how you're trying to like play the devil's advocate.
I was trying.
And you're trying to throw me the life preserver, but you're also like, just stand up. You're in shallow water. Yeah. So we're gonna draw the word.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm Lemon's guardian, so that counts as my draw.
So I'm drawing this time. Okay, here we go.
I wonder if she bit. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
I know everybody's probably like, what's white shorts? Is it white shorts?
It's not white shorts.
Ah, come on.
Bitch, it's Santa. Santa.
My stomach just fell out of my ass. I am so excited for Santa.
I know. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it.
Okay, so thank you for spending your time with us. You know, we strive to be your number one choice in friendly banter and background noise.
Absolutely.
Maybe you went out to Red Lobster.
Ooh.
And you know how those nights end.
Mm.
But you just want some comfort.
Just
turn us on. We're good for that. Follow us on Instagram at 100% Tuesday. Go to our website, 100%Tuesday.com.
For real.
Yeah. And you know, listen to us. We're here for you. It's Tuesday. You're invited.
Everyone's invited to the
You're
couch on Tuesday.
You know.
We got some room right here.
Right in the, well, yeah.
We'll make room for you.
Yeah, we make it happen. Like, I have to talk about it. Her mom stopped by.
Oh, she did.
It was so fun.
She did. Yep.
Mama Red came by.
She came and sat on my side of the couch.
And she sat,
I sat on the floor
while I was on the couch. And I was so embarrassed because my house was just so like cluttered at the time. Because, you know, lemon and everything. I'm trying to figure it out.
That's cool.
And she was just like cool about it. We got to hang out with Mama Red. And it was
on Tuesday. Yeah. She got to be a part of Tuesday.
She's
it was
part of
cool.
it.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was really cute.
So, well, next time we're going to be talking about Santa. So,
thank you for spending time with us with the 100% Tuesday podcast. I am your resident blonde Asian.
And I am Code Red.
Bye.
Bye.